Hi friends, Don Barrar here with the April 2025 market report for Fountain Hills. Finally, the mainstream press has caught up with what is really happening in the residential real estate market, and that pending sales are improving and looking up. But since you've been watching my report, you've already known this for the past several months and that the market was in far better shape than what was being reported by the mainstream press. Let's dive into the numbers and see what's going on. For March, median selling price fell to $908,000 and median selling price per square foot fell to $378. These results are consistent with the neutral market we are now in. I say this is consistent with the neutral market because if you drop a line since November, the price per square foot is essentially flat, and all we are seeing is really market noise. The number of homes sold in March was 40 units. This is off by 17% from my pre-March estimate of 48 units. I think it's off because the last day of March was a Monday, and these sales got pushed into the first week of April. For the month of April, I predict that 50 properties will close escrow. Predicted sales are calculated by adding the number of contracts that are pending, plus those that are under contract accepting backups. These are the contracts most likely to close in the next 30 days. April will be the last relatively good sales month because typically we start to see declining sales beginning in May as the snowbirds will have left and they've already made their selections. Last month I stated that inventory tends to increase during the month of April, and that is exactly what happened. As we begin April, there are 181 single-family detached properties available for sale, an increase of about 6.5% since March. This is the highest level of inventory we have seen in over 3 years. And it is these relatively high inventory levels, plus moderate sales, as to why we are now in a neutral market. Looking forward, I expect inventory to peak during April and then start to decline in May as we head into summer. Let's look at the inventory turn rate. This is calculated by taking the current inventory of homes and dividing by the number of homes sold the previous month. Inventory turn rate is a great measure of whether it's a buyer or a seller's market. A result greater than 6 months inventory is a buyer's market, and less than 4 months inventory is a seller's market. We begin April with an inventory turn rate of about 4.5 months, a neutral market. That's 6 months in a row of a neutral market, which represents a significant departure from the seller's market that persisted for the last several years. What do I expect going forward? Generally, I believe we are in a neutral market, but I think the results on any of these statistics are going to look odd over the next several months. Let me explain. For the month of May, I believe we will enter a brief period of what will look like a seller's market. The current inventory of 181 homes with a predicted number sold of 50 units will result in an inventory turn rate of 3.6 months, a seller's market. Then, with the dwindling number of sales beginning in May, there still will be a significant number of homes left on the market that may push the inventory turn rate into buyer's market territory. As we move through summer, things will settle down and we'll get back to a neutral market. Despite all this churning, there will be no appreciable change in pricing. And by definition, stable prices is truly a neutral market. Okay, well that's it for the April 2025 Fountain Hills Market Report. If you have not already done so, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Arizona Real Estate with Don Barrar, and I'll be certain to get you more great real estate videos and where to go and what to do in the Valley of the Sun. Talk with you soon.